Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that whatever you are doing and wherever you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. Starting off today's chicken and garden update in the greenhouse because someone has inadvertently been digging my greenhouse for me. Definitely, I think we have gophers or moles or something. They're coming in and turning the soil over, and to be honest, I'm not super worried about it because if they're coming in and they're turning over the soil, they're also doing some stuff on the ground there, then it means I don't have as much to do in the spring. So I'm not super worried about it. I do need to come in and tidy up the greenhouse to make it ready for the spring, and what I'll probably do is I'll wait until after the cold weather has come and gone before I do that. Obviously in the winter this place just really becomes a bit of a storage facility. It's not necessarily the best use of the greenhouse, but it is amazing how much warmer it is in the greenhouse when we don't have the wind. And living up here in the foothills of the Coast Range, I know we're only at 850 feet and we do get more snow than the valley, but we get a lot more wind, and the wind is cold. It really does come down from the north and is very, very cold. And so having that little windbreak in there is very useful if I want to start things off early. But today I want to show you something that's appropriate for this time of year. So obviously we've just had Thanksgiving. I hope that if you celebrated in the US, you had a lovely time and you were with people that mean a lot to you. But we're also kind of getting into the wider holiday season, and people are going to start thinking about Christmas dinners and things like that. And of course, one of the things that you see a lot of at this time of year, we see a lot of sprouts, certainly if you're in the UK. I want to show you that my sprouts are, for the first time, really making some solid progress in growing. And my hope is that for the very first time ever, I'm going to be able to harvest my own sprouts. And I'm super excited about that because I don't normally get to have my own sprouts. The other thing that I'm super excited about is, look, my brassicas, my broccoli are doing incredibly well. Again, by the time you watch this, I may have harvested some of this and eaten it. We're not quite at full head of broccoli yet, so the weather has been kind to us. This little bit of the garden is in a bit of a windbreak, so I'm hoping that we'll see some growth in my broccoli without it getting too frost damaged. I hope the local deer do not find it, because that's traditionally what's happened. The deer have found it and had a bit of a nom. And hopefully we'll get some really juicy broccoli to have around the holidays. Let's go towards where my fava beans were, my broad beans, because look, they are just not giving up. Now every time I think they've given up, I get new shoots coming up and I get new beans. I don't think we have any beans in here, but let's have a look. Yeah, there are no beans actually in here, but they are still hell-bent on growing. And for next year, I think what I'm going to do is get my wife to help make some kind of larger wooden trellises, or should that be trelli? It's the plural of trelli, that my beans can go up. Both my runner beans, but also my broad beans, my fava beans, which is what I just showed you right there. I haven't done any more work in the garden this week. And as you may or may not be able to tell from last week's video, because we are all taking time off for the holidays, I'm actually recording this the same day that I filmed the last chicken and garden update, because we all need time off. But one of my favourite things about this time of year is wandering through the garden and seeing all of the leaves on the ground and just walking through the leaves. It sounds glorious. And yes, there are some weeds I need to take care of. And yes, the back garden has suffered a little bit in terms of maintenance. But I'm still trying to decide what I want to do next year, because if you remember, a few years ago I talked about getting goats, putting goats in there and having this area just for the goats and the chickens. It's not a place that you can easily grow stuff, and in the summer this bit of ground doesn't always get a lot of rain or a lot of moisture. So having it as a place where goats can be and they can help keep weeds under control might actually be beneficial. Now, we only have 1/3 of an acre here, so we don't have a lot of space for goats. But we could probably do some miniature goats. I could probably get 2 or 3 miniature goats. Goats are very sociable animals, so you need to have multiple goats. But I think that would be a really good solution. The other thing I want to try and think about for next year is how I'm going to deal, without losing my shoe, which I nearly did, how I'm going to deal with my septic area. So this is where my septic system is. It's a bit of a mess. And what I'd like to do is to level the ground, get some wood chips on here, and try and get it back to where it was before we bought the house, this was all wood chips. And I also need to find someone with a tractor and a roller, because the house is on a slope and we've definitely seen a slope down towards the bottom of the garden in the last couple of years. And I'm not super happy about that, because if I let that happen over time, eventually we're just going to have a really uneven yard. I've talked about putting native plants in and actually getting rid of the grass. Obviously, if I ended up getting goats, that would be one way of handling that. The goats would encourage more local plant life to grow. But in the meantime, I would love to know if you have any ideas for that. Finishing off with today's little update, I do want to show you though that some of my plants are still growing just amazingly. I also need to sort out my honeysuckle, which has been a bit of a wreck this year, and that is because a certain border collie, whose name may or may not be the same as the thing up there, likes to terrorize her brother and chase him at breakneck speed in a way that means she runs in to the honeysuckle. And she doesn't just run into the honeysuckle, she runs into the honeysuckle and breaks the support beams that I've put in the ground, the stakes. She runs into those, knocks them into Kate's car, and then we end up with a mess. That's Kate, my wife, by the way, not Kate Walton Elliott. I always mention it because apparently people get confused. There are 2 Kates at Transport Evolved. The one I'm married to, who you very rarely see on camera, and the one I work with, who doesn't live at this house, who lives somewhere else with her partner, and we are not romantically connected. I'm married to a different Kate. But anyway, Sky runs into the honeysuckle bush, knocks the cane over. The cane ends up going into my wife's car, and hilarity does not ensue. The dog is normally surprised, but she seems surprised every time she does it. Like, I don't remember that being there. And I don't know if it's just a trait of border collies, of that particular border collie. I've had many border collies, never had one that's quite as airbrained as Sky. As much as I love her, she is a little airbrained. Or whether that's just that she doesn't see it, she's focusing on her brother and she's focusing on, as we put it in our family, being vicious. I don't know. But tell me what's going on in your garden. What did you get up to in the garden over the Thanksgiving weekend? And I will see you this time next week. Thanks for watching today. You can connect with us on Patreon, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or through our website. Massive thanks to the amazing folks scrolling by right now. You are the reason we can stay independent and keep making content without corporate influence. Want to see your name listed here too? Support starts at just $1.50 a month, and you can now even gift memberships. And of course, a massive welcome to our newest members: Adam B, Andrew Brown, Tiara Graves, Philip Jackson, Dieter Mulhop, Noor Naif, Annie Onimus, Todd Plenis, Barus Sharati, Andrei Starsky, Ralph Stoltz, Richard Teague, Triple A He They, Lisa Vargi, Vicky Morales, Magpie Motors, and Travis Whitman. Thank you for joining up to support the channel. At this particular time in history when everyone's feeling the pinch, we are so grateful that you've joined the team, and that allows us to keep making great content. If you'd like to join them, you'll find our Patreon link below, or you can sign up via YouTube. If you're signing up for Patreon though, please go to the Patreon website. Do not use the Apple or Google app, since both take a big cut that hurts your wallet and reduces the income we receive. Prefer a one-off contribution? We've got Ko-fi, Bitcoin, a PO box, our swag store, and even an Amazon affiliate link, all great ways to make sure your money helps us. We post new videos every few days on the main channel, plus extras over on TE Take 2. And since YouTube comments, while open, aren't safe for us, the best way to chat with the team is through Patreon, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or our website, or in fact, our Discord chat. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we'd love you to check out this one instead. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and never forget to resist. Keep evolving!